Hi guys! In this video I'm going to show you how to make board game themed pins like these. I made a Netrunner Dinosaurs one, I made an Arkham one, and I made two Lords of Waterdeep ones. You're going to need shrink plastic, a Sharpie, pencils for coloring in. As a backing you can use a paper clip, you can use a brooch needle. I used security needles, one of those two is the word, so you know what I mean. Or you can use the back of an old earring if you want to, that also works fine. So just do whatever floats your boat. For gluing I use a hot glue gun, you can also use super glue. So at first I printed out some tokens of board games that I like, and for Pandemic I just drew a cure vial by hand because it was quite simple. And then you just grab your sheet of shrink plastic and put it on top of the things and just find a way to use as little of the shrink plastic as possible, like when you're doing cookies or something. Then put the shrink plastic on top of the paper and use the Sharpie to draw the outlines on top of the shrink plastic. Okay, well, this I fucked up. Okay, this is shit now, wait. One thing you should probably know is that I am not that much of a neat freak with crafting, so I don't mind if something's just for myself if it's a bit fucked up or not as precise. But that's really everything I do, you can do more precise, so if you want to be a bit more focused on that, then you can definitely get a better result than I do with a bit more of an effort. Also, with the shrink plastic, just remember that it will still shrink anyway, so if you have a small mistake in here, then it will be a lot less noticeable in the final thing because it will just be so much smaller. Okay, now you see that I have all of these stencils, and now it's the time to just cut them out. I cut all of that out and I'm just going to put it in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius on a bit of aluminium foil and let it shrink, but just follow the instructions on your shrink plastic to get the best results. Also, if you want to make a necklace or a keychain from something, then you can just use a hole puncher to punch a hole in that now, and then it will be smaller and still there after the baking, and you can just put a jump ring through that. Here it is baking, and please excuse the slightly dirty oven. So this is what it looks like fresh out of the oven, and you can see by the size of my hand that it has shrunk quite a bit. And now you have the choice of what colors you want to use for this. For example, you can just use Citadel paints, or you can as well use nail polish if you want to have that, or you can use acrylic paint if you want to, that's fine as well. So now turn this over to the side where there's no black paint on it, and then just paint that side. Okay, so this will have to dry a bit, and then now we'll see if anything needs a second layer of paint. So I'm ill and my super awesome husband went to the craft store and got me a lot of crafting supplies so I wouldn't get bored because he's out the whole evening playing board games. And because of that, he's also getting something, and then I can as well demonstrate how this color on foil thing works with this. So he's getting a Netrunner Dinosaurus pin and I stuck the foil to my computer screen with tape and just like took the outlines from a picture on the internet of dinosaurs, and now I will retrace the outlines with a Sharpie and then I will just color the whole picture in and then cut it out. Okay, now I'm going to cut that out and then put it in the oven. So for gluing, I found that it works best with a hot glue gun, so I'm going to turn this over. And I have these tiny gold security pins that I like, so I'm going to glue that to the back of it. For that, you open it first, just to make sure that you glue the right side on the back, because otherwise you can't open it anymore later, which is a pity, of course. So then you turn your pin to the side where you want the security pin to be on. Take the hot glue gun, put some hot glue on the back, like so. Put in the security pin, and then I use this paintbrush to push the hot glue over the back of the security pin to make sure that it's like all in the glue, the back side of it, because then it's really hard for you to accidentally break it because it gets like plastic when it dries. And then you just let that cool down and wait a bit. And here I'd already prepared a few so you can see. For this I used a security pin 2, and for this one I used a bronze paper clip, which is also a possibility. I hope you liked this tutorial and I didn't just waste a few minutes of your life. I hope you have a really nice week, and if you want to, you can subscribe to my channel. So take care and goodbye!